Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to look at the topic loving father of very foolish children. Today I would like to look at the foolishness of us as the children of God. Many people forget or do not even know that prayer is just not asking God for things, but rather a conversation with God, where we discuss our feelings, hopes, desires, gratitude, and even the greatness of God with Him. When we have that kind of relationship with God, we are able to learn a lot from these discussions, and we will therefore be sensitive enough to know when we are ready for certain responsibilities. When we continually walk in this fellowship, we become sensitive to the direction of the Spirit and will know when to invest our time, money, and talents in order to reap the fruit of our labor. This is because we have continually been learning to the market as we are directed by the action of the Spirit due to the relationship we have with God. However, religiosity has made people to always quote one scripture, Matthew 7, verse 7. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. This scripture is very true. However, because of relying on this scripture instead of having a relationship with God, we only go to Him when we need something. In the same way, if you have a good relationship with your Father, you discuss all your hopes, desires, fears, disappointments, and your Father in return will guide you and direct you in the right way. And because He already knows your hopes and dreams, He can help you develop the characters you need to be able to handle those things that you desire and hope for in future. And when you are ready for them, He will know and you will not need to ask for them. But He will put those things in your hand, because it is His responsibility to hand over these things to you at the right time. And you will not need to ask, but before you ask, He will answer, just as He says in Isaiah 65:24. Before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. However, some people would rather not do the work on themselves, but sit and wait and feel the need to ask for what is theirs all the time. If you pester God with what you want, He may just give it to you like the prodigal son. Even though he knew his right, he did not wait for the right time for it. He was still a toddler and needed training on how to handle what is his. And he ended up wasting all of it because he did not know how to handle what belonged to him. The fact that he knew what belonged to him speaks to the fact that he was in contact with the Father, and the Father had already shown him what would come to his possession when he has matured enough. He, however, was not patient enough to work on his character and ability to be able to take care of what was coming to him. The book of James, chapter 4, verse 2 to 3. You desire, but you do not have, so you kill. You covet, but you cannot get what you want, so you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures. Most of the time we ask for things because of very strange reasons, either because someone whose life we know has them. We are the same age. We went to the same school with them. We have the same level of education. We do not know that we have different paths, and maybe what they have is the best they will ever have and are ready for it at this particular moment. Whereas what you are meant to have is much greater and require a higher level of responsibility. But because you're not walking with God, you think that you must have what they have. This jealousy is shown by the elder son, who did not also know how to enjoy what belonged to him, and got jealous when a party was held for the younger son who returned home. The father was happy because the son returned home and asked to be taken back as a servant. In this way, he will learn how to handle what belongs to him when the time comes to take over. The elder son had everything belonging to him, but he did not know how to enjoy it. He behaved as a servant as well. Most of us behave as servants instead of as the inheritors of the property. This is because we have not matured enough to know the difference between a son and a servant. Another strange reason people ask for things from God is so that people will know that you are God. They would like people around them to know that they are actually worshiping the true God. Not knowing that God is God. He does not need to prove himself for anybody. This only covers our own pride and wanting others to see us in a better light. When we know what belongs to us and who we are not pushed by what we have or do not have right now, but we trust the process, and when we have done the work first on ourselves and our attitude towards things and money than on what we need or desire to achieve, we will reap the fruit of our labor. Because the Bible is very clear that everyone will reap what they sow. This is also a matter of sowing and reaping, and not just asking. If we must ask, then let us ask for the will of God to be done in our lives, because his will is perfect and will direct us to that which belongs to us. I hope that today you have received something that will help you make wise decisions when it comes to owning what belongs to you. Have a wonderful time until the next time we meet on this channel. Bye.